Alright, legends, today we got the funniest moments in old school game shows.
During what months of pregnancy does a woman begin to look pregnant?
September.
I mean, we don't know how many kids she's had and what her experience is on the calendar, so maybe we can give them the benefit of the doubt.
You wouldn't try even once. Matthew.
Sex on a train.
I mean, we're only on the planet for a small amount of time. Maybe live a little. I'm going to assume unless you get a first-class carriage, the only place to do it is in the bathrooms. Just make sure they're clean and pleasant for her.
Sex on a train.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be up there in Family Feud, mate.
Survey people didn't come up with that one.
Something a burglar would not want to see when he breaks into a house. Rob.
Naked grandma!
Naked, huh?
Oh, my God. I mean, hey, look, be honest. One of your worst nightmares as a young kid would be to walk in and see one of your caregivers naked. Certainly, if I was burglarizing a house, and I'm not that much of a criminal, maybe just a small bit of a criminal, I would not want to see a naked old lady, I'm just saying.
I don't want to see that either.
Yeah. I mean,
Real or fictional? Name a famous Willie.
Willie the Pooh?
oh, gosh.
Hi, Kathy. You know John?
Yes, we do.
Doesn't she have pretty nipples, pretty dimples there, John?
Oh, no. Oh, no. See, I'm trying to look at his face now and be like, did he do that on purpose? No, I think that was a slip on the tongue. I'm going to give him a pass.
Gentlemen, tell me, what is your favorite part of our newlywed game set? Jim?
Probably wife number 2.
Oh! Well, hey, this is like, what, late 70s, early 80s, right? I have to admit, fellas have come a long way to being respectful of their partners now, I think. Man, that's savage. I mean, your woman is supposed to be your number one lady on your life. Imagine admiring another woman in the same room as your woman. That's terrible. It kind of reminds me of that episode of Family Guy as well, when Peter Griffin basically told Lois once that she was his silver medal. You got to make your lady number one, mate. That's already. He's going to be divorced in a year.
Name a piece of clothing wives buy for their husbands.
Halter tops.
Edgar.
Fish love? Sorry.
Jenny?
Wish list.
Wish list. You see, a lot of anxious people just feel like they need to get the answer up there, and that's why they say something stupid. I think in some cases, it's not that the people are necessarily stupid, but they're just trying to get something quickly up there under duress, you know what I mean? So sometimes you have to give people a pass. You know, when you're put in situations where you're nervous, you're anxious, the adrenaline is flowing, it's a bit of a different experience.
You feel before you buy it.
Excited.
A vegetable you marinate.
Grapes.
Name something you might buy that could turn out to be phony.
A horse.
A fake horse.
The dreaded phony horse gag. Name something that can kill a lively party. A gun.
That guy probably had some sleepovers at Jeffrey Dahmer's house in his youth. And, yeah, be very careful who you make friends with.
Romantic sounding musical instrument.
A drone.
Say the drone.
Name something you might accidentally leave on all night. Yes.
Your shoes.
Name something.
Hey, that's not as stupid as what it sounds. I mean, you're going to think of something electronic, though, like the radio or the TV or the iron or something like that. But hey, you got these hard-working guys that make the world function. They've done a 12-hour day in the sun picking up shit, and then they get home and they're so exhausted they fall asleep on their bed with their clothes still on. Not as stupid as what it sounds.
I think people take with them to the beach.
Turkey.
The first thing you buy in a supermarket.
Turkey.
A food often stuffed.
Turkey.
Describe these words that
Subliminal
begin with the
messaging for
letters
his wife to cook.
S-T-A. Go.
Oh no, I'm sorry. With the knife, I stand.
We asked 100 people to name a game you can play in bed. Steve.
I Spy.
Ice.
Yeah, I Spy, My Little Eye, something beginning with W, My Wee Willie Winky. Moving on.
You squeeze.
Peanut butter.
I think they have that stuff in a tube, eh?
What would be the ideal
That's a little-
everyday temperature? Everybody?
He's getting a bit touchy-feely with this one.
98.6. Survey said. Dale.
People, your time starts now.
A group of pill pushers?
You know what? With that being said, I admire people that just have a guess, even if they have no idea, because if they didn't just have a guess, we wouldn't have wonderful TV moments like this. So for that, my friend, I thank you. That was hilarious.
Name a yellow fruit.
Orange.
Name
Oh.
something
Okay.
that comes in pairs. Fred.
Bananas. Oh, God.
We asked 100 people
Well,
to name
bananas
a
and pajamas
famous
are okay.
author. Kenny.
Shakespeare.
Arthur Shakespeare.
Name something that follows the word pork.
You pie.
Huh?
You pie.
Gentlemen, other than popcorn, what is your favorite thing to nibble on at the movies? Steve?
I'm gonna get shot. Her boobs. I don't know if you.
At the movies?
Name a part of the body that gets bigger as adults get older. Freddie. Penis.
Not giving you the answer to that one.
Name something a man has that he'd be upset if someone else used it.
How about his jockstrap?
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good answer.
How many decades will your husband say his mother has lived? Gloria?
10 decades.
10 decades. Gentlemen, how many decades has your mother lived? Daryl, you have a troubled look on your face. What's the matter?
Oh, I don't know what a decade is.
Oh.
44th birthday, so she'd be
Good.
It's 4 years a decade. She'd be 10 decades.
10 decades.
He actually got it right. No. Talk about the stars aligning. Well played.
Something usually done only once a week.
Make love.
Hey, you know what, buddy? You look like you've been married for, what, 20, 30 years? If you're still making love once a week after that amount of time, fair play to you, man. You're probably going to be able to make an advice column. Trust me, I'm sure a lot of people at that point are getting a lot less.
Tell me a slang term that means wife.
Bitch.
Oh, good answer.
Now, that is absolutely dreadful and appalling. And obviously, it's a little bit of a boys' club here. Men have come a long way. Now the ladies are kind of doing this to the fellas. How about we just all get up to a point where we have respect for one another and that we're nice to the wives and we're also nice to the husbands? Just a suggestion.
Name something you wouldn't want the police to find in the trunk of your car.
Pickles.
I mean,
Name something a teenage boy can do for hours at a time.
Masturbate.
Something
that is a great answer. It's just, you gotta, I get these dirty answers when I play Family Feud with my community on live stream. And I tell everyone, I'm like, look, that's a good answer, but what you gotta keep in mind, it's a family show on while kids are still awake. I ain't gonna be on the board.
It has to warm up
Good
before
answer.
you use it, sir.
How about your wife?
Well, that's actually not the most offensive answer ever. It's a little something called foreplay, and foreplay is just a technical term for warming up your wife. You probably shouldn't be saying that in a public setting, though, because your love life is no one else's business. Funny, though.
Maybeth prayed for snow on her wedding day.
Yes, I did. It was 32 degrees and no snow on my wedding day, but I had 8 inches on my honeymoon.
Oh, well played.
Then
Well
part
played.
of the body everybody has only one of. Sarah.
Big toe.
What will your husband say is his favorite thing to squeeze in the supermarket? Jane?
I'd say his meat.
Pardon me?
His meat.
I don't know if she's talking figuratively or literally. I mean, you guys let me know.
Give me a slang name for policeman.
Dick. Dick.
Okay. May we see what he said? Name a state that begins with the letter M.
Mexico.
Left 100 people to name a game you could play in the bath. Annette.
Scuba diving.
Something your neighbor has you wish you had?
A beautiful wife.
Hey, that's a perfectly acceptable answer.
Name a kind of bear. Harmon.
Papa Bear.
A papa bear. Of course. Only a papa bear.
Name something London is famous for. I'm thinking pasta.
Did he say name something London is famous for? Because I'm sure when people go to London, the first thing they're thinking of is, let's get a bowl of pasta.
Questions such as, how old are you? Yeah.
18.
Well, I've said you never underestimate a lady unless it's about her age or weight, right?
18. No.
I'm not 18.
You're not?
No.
You certainly fooled me. Just a second. I'm going to read the question. Name a question such as, how old are you? That you might answer with a lie.
I would say 50. Did I understand it right?
No, sweet Elizabeth.
I didn't understand.
Give me another sort of question that you might lie about.
I would say I'm 39.
Most of the electricity in our home flows from the blank to the what?
From the plug to the vibrator.
Oh, damn.
What a girl should know about a man before she marries him. You just got it, Lynn. What would you say?
His name.
His what?
Name.
His name.
Well, hey, we're probably just coming out of the 60s at this point. It looks like it was the 70s or early 80s. Free love still a thing. Birth control, Vegas weddings, things like that. It's probably not as silly a comment as you think. I'm sure some people at that point in time got married after 1 week, even 2 weeks. Probably would have a hard time remembering the name of your spouse at that point.
Something made of leather? Yes, sir.
A purse.
You're going to be slightly embarrassed when I finish this question. A purse! Name something made of leather that a cowboy uses.
Describe the weather with a word or phrase that would also describe your wife.
Wet.
Wet.
Oh!
Name an animal whose eggs you'd probably never eat for breakfast.
Hamster.
Hamster. Name something in your house you would yell at if it stopped working.
Probably spouse.
No, fair enough. But yeah, I mean, wives always yell at husbands not working.
Reason you might stay indoors on a beautiful day.
Because it's raining?
It's not as stupid as it seems. This guy's nervous, flustered. His brain's not processing everything. I think the excitement and the adrenaline on being on the game show is still, inhibiting his ability to process information, you know what I mean? So it was a really stupid answer, but I think it was only because of the circumstances that he was in. Because I could picture myself doing something like that, and I'm not saying that I'm smart, but I could just probably relate to the situation.
Something made of wool.
Sheep.
Police commissioner said, I think Batman and Robin are blank.
Queer.
Name a day of the...
I mean, you didn't really see them hanging around with the ladies too often, hey? And of course, there's nothing wrong with that. But there is a very famous expression, where there is smoke, there is fire. With that, we will move on.
Year when you really want to be with friends.
December.
Name something normally worn only by children. Michael.
Clothes.
We asked
Oh gosh, you're gonna have to send Chris Hansen around to your house.
women. Name something women borrow from each other. Chris.
One another's husbands.
Their husbands, Chris.
Wow, swingers parties in this
What
house.
is the one thing the people on the other side of your street have more of than you do?
Cars.
Cars. Your wife said they have more grass than you do.
Grass. What have you done?
I wouldn't bet on that.
What's the name of famous robber? Joe.
Cops.
I said, name a time that most people get up. And being the Einstein that you are, you said morning.
When I get up.
Our survey said zip.
Yeah, a little bit too
Now,
the
if that
general
wasn't
answer.
bad enough, I then said, name a time that most people go to bed. You said, of course, night. Our survey said 2.
Hey.
You know what is so great about this show? We have talented people like the Ramiro family on our show. Paul is a concert pianist. Steve, what do you do?
I sell frozen bull semen for artificial insemination.
Seriously? That guy's mustache is absolutely awesome. That's all I can see right now. I think this guy should be the next Magnum PI as far as I'm concerned, although he's probably 80 at this point.
How you doing?
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
What's your story?
Well, I'm in young girls' pants. I manufacture pants.
Name part of the telephone.
The bottom part.
One of the 3 bears.
Yogi.
A
Name something with a hole in the middle. Michelle?
Hole punch.
I know everyone in America said what the audience did. What'd she say?
Okay, fill them in.
You.
No, that's incorrect. I'm sorry. Fill the blanks in order or pick a tile, Chris, whatever you want to do. Okay, fill them in.
I.
No, sir, that's incorrect. Okay. Fill them in.
A.
Wrong.
To be fair, this is not a word that people spell every day, and I'm not a great speller either. I would imagine this is a word that people know, but I guess not.
I've never had this happen. It's the first time. Chris?
I know it.
You know it? All right, fill it in.
O.
Yes.
I.
Yes.
T.
Yes.
E.
Yes,
He was just going,
I made 100 people and asked them to name a way of toasting someone. Michelle.
Over fire.
If you could travel to any foreign country in the world, where would you go?
Pakistan.
That's a random country.
on my t-shirt and stick it in tie-dye. Yes. These are the ugly sandals that lesbians wear.
Birkenstocks.
What was the most infantile suggestion you made to your wife on your first date, Joe?
Why don't you eat something?
All right. Patty says the most infantile suggestion was that she shouldn't be so closed-minded.
I should be looser, you know.
You were loose enough that night.
Oh!
What country has the highest ratio of doctors to population?
The country with the most Jews. I would say Israel. You have a doctor in every family. It's a cousin, could be an uncle, a couple of specialists.
I'll agree.
You agree with that?
It's Israel. He's
It
right.
is?
Something you wash once a week. Claudia.
Yourself.
Yourself.
I like to keep clean, you know what I mean? I like to shower 2, even 3 times a day. I certainly think 1 is enough. I think if you're not showering once a day, especially if you're in the sun or in a hot climate, you're going to be on the sticky side of the equation, if you know what I'm speaking. I certainly wouldn't want to know what her britches is like right now. That's pretty disgusting.
Some people clothes.
Legs.
Some people do have to keep their legs closed.
Man of the world, traveled all over the world. Something Russia's famous for, Bob.
Russians.
Name an animal with 3 letters in its name. You said frog. Our survey said
He's
zero.
like the
2
F is
people would have to
silent.
say that. Something that comes with a summer storm. You gave me the answer. Snow. Our survey said. Remind everyone, to Bob's shame, the answers he gave us, and give me 20 seconds on the clock, please. Name an animal with 3 letters in its name.
Alligator.
Name an animal with 3 letters.
Well, hang on. I think the confusion with the question, if you didn't process it for long enough, would be name an animal that has 3 of the same letters in the name, if that makes sense. So alligator, I think, has 3 L's. Alligator. No, it's only got 2. So I just completely fucked up my point. But you see what I'm trying to say? Like, some animals might have 3 letters of the same type in the name, if that makes sense. But anyway, I totally blew that point, and now you can all laugh at me in the comment section.
Letters in its name. You said alligator. Our survey said.
Well, that was interesting, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know your favorite moments, and we'll see you on the next video.